Helmet strapped down tight, you can hear the crowd get fired. Tailgate song in the parking lot, cold one in the hand. We came to trade some paint tonight on this dirt and asphalt land. Hold your line, don't back out. Hear that roar, hear that shout. Green flag dropping, we're all in. Beer league boys, let the race begin. Beer league street stock series, all gas, no fear. Beer league street stock series, raise one up and cheer. Hard racing, full contact, we're banging door to door. Beer league street stock series, hey, make some noise for more. Hey. Rubber marks on the fender, smoke in the lane. Everybody in the grandstand calling out a name. Long week gone, let it go. Let the engine sing. Every lap a battle song, every lap's a rain. Hold your line, don't back out. Hear that roar, hear that shout. Green flag dropping, we're all in. Beer league boys, let the race begin. Beer league street stock series, all gas, no fear. Beer league street stock series, raise one up and cheer. Hard racing, full contact, we're banging door to door. Beer league street stock series, hey, make some noise for more. Last turn, come and stay alive. Bumper to bumper, we survive. Fans on their feet, hands in the sky. One more lap, then we ride. Beer league street stock series, all gas, no fear. Beer league street stock series, raise one up and cheer. Hard racing, full contact, we're banging door to door. Beer league street stock series, hey, make some noise for more. Welcome to the Beer League Street Stock Series. Are you
12 races, 12 different challenges, one championship. The Beer League Street Stock Series is not built around a single type of racing. It's built around proving who can do it all. The season begins at Charlotte Motor Speedway, where drafting partners can make the difference between victory and disaster. Richmond Raceway brings close quarters battles, daring passes, and momentum that can change a race in an instant. Then comes Bristol, covered in dirt, where slide jobs, flying clay, and hurt feelings are all part of the challenge. Michigan International Speedway pushes drivers to their limits with flat-out speed and drafting battles at nearly 200 miles an hour. Lime Rock Park forces oval racers to learn the art of left and right turns as the championship heads to one of America's most historic road courses. Martinsville Speedway tests patience, brakes, tires, and tempers on the shortest and oldest track in NASCAR. Dover's Monster Mile demands courage. The Milwaukee Mile rewards discipline. And the playoffs begin beneath the lights of Bristol Motor Speedway, where every position becomes more valuable than the last. Watkins Glen challenges drivers with speed and precision. Knoxville Raceway sends the championship contenders back into the dirt for one final test before the season's biggest race. And then, Phoenix Raceway, the championship finale. One last opportunity, one final battle, one driver standing above the rest. The Beer League Street Stock Series isn't about mastering one type of racing. It's about mastering all of it. Asphalt, dirt, short tracks, super speedways, road courses, strategy, survival, speed, and the pursuit of a championship. Who will rise to the challenge? Who will survive the season? And who will be the last driver standing when the checkered flag falls at Phoenix? The road starts here.
Well, it's that time. We are here live on the Beer League Racing Network here. I'm with my co-commentator here up at the booth, Mr. Matt Gagnon. Welcome in.
Oh, a wonderful night it is to be in the Beer League Racing Network booth. I'm very excited to be here at the Monster Mile known as Dover for the Michelob Mile at Dover Motor Speedway.
We got a fun one for you today, ladies and gentlemen, as we have a big show at hand. Week 7, with 1 week left after this of the regular season. We have some playoff implications possibly in play here for today's race, with a high track temp of 94 degrees and the air temp at 84 degrees, with a wind coming out of the east, going 7 miles per hour. Supposed to be 2 sets of tires. Yeah, 2 sets of tires with the fast repair in play here. We are looking at possibly a race that can impact where these drivers land their playoff spot before the points reset.
And to make matters worse, Dover, in my personal opinion, is a very tough track to master. It's a Monster Mile for a reason. Driver's track, only the best of the best have what it takes to win. You need to have patience, you need to have skill, and most importantly, you need to have just a little bit of finesse right here if you want to know how to make your way around the Monster Mile. But clearly, Chris Justice does, as he takes the pole right now, as we have about another 2 minutes left in qualifying.
Yeah, 2 minutes left, and we only have 2 drivers left on track that haven't qualified yet. So what it looks like is this is going to be your running order here coming up as we go and take a brief look at our playoff standings. Where's it at? Go look at our standings real quick here, with Kevin Berg leading the way with 4 wins on the season on this monstrous campaign for the inaugural season here at the Beer League Racing Network for the Street Stocks. Kevin Berg with Trevor Haley, Kevin Allen right behind them. Big point gap behind, but, you know, this could be a race that gets them ever so closer, or maybe even Kevin possibly overtaking Trevor Haley here.
It's going to be a little bit of a mountain to climb for Trevor Haley, as he's going to have to put together a great back half of the season here if he wants any shot of catching Kevin Berg, who has been dominant all season, win after win, and just getting great finishes. You know, he's one hell of a guy. He knows how to race, but if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. Kevin Berg at the top of the mountain.
Well, if it looks like anything right now on track and with the points here, it looks like we're going to have a big battle here between 2nd to 8th in the standings here, with, you know, positions could be very key here for the playoff run here towards the end. Let's go and take a look here, as looks like we are going to be getting done with quality here in about 30 seconds. Matt, what's your key takes here for this race?
I had a Christopher Stange in my ear. Give me 2 seconds, and then you can ask me your question one more time. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. I'm gonna actually bring Matt Metler up to the booth. The Matt trifecta, the double effect going on here. Mr. Metler, it's the boys up at the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Well, we got our pit lane reporter, Matt Metler, here. Right before we get going racing here, what do you think are some key takes here for this race?
Well, I think for everyone else that's a regular here in this league, it's just going to be survival. I know at times these guys like to race really hard off the bat, and that can lead to some problems out there on the racetrack we've seen in the past. Keep your head on your shoulders, race the racetrack. Don't race yourself or don't beat yourself in the early going. Wait for some attrition. The back half of the race, make sure you got the boogie under the hoodie and the Dr. Feelgoods to get it done when it's go time. And I think that's going to put you in victory lane for me, first time on the racetrack, so I'm trying to learn these guys. That's why I'm starting in the back to see how they race. I don't want to, potentially be the guy to throw the freaking turd on the racetrack and crash everyone out. So I'm trying to be conservative and respectful. This is their league. I'm new. But and you can enjoy being out here, and we'll see if we got anything for these guys at the end. But the first part of this 80 lap race, I'm going to be watching and observing and just seeing how they do business on the racetrack.
Matt, appreciate you. We'll definitely be talking to you later here, and we're going to get going with the grid.
Good luck up top, boys. Have a great call.
That's Matt Metler hanging out with us. All right, let's get going with the grid here as we go take a peek here at our order with Chris Justice and Trevor Haley taking the 1-2 spot here, with Chris Fleming and Brent Garber in the 3 and 4 slot here. Brent Garber making a good start here for his few races he's been into the league. P5 surprisingly with Kevin Berg, and P6 with Brian Conover. P7 with Chris Stange, and P8 on his outside is Kevin Allen. P9 is John Tiller with, in the 10 spot there is Tim Cleach. P11 is going to be Kevin Sterner, and then P12 is going to be first race of the Street Stocks is Andrew Deemer. 13th is going to be Ron Fitting. 14th is not going to be Matt Gagnon. 15th is going to be Nestor Osorio, and starting in the back, and our pit lane reporter, Matt Metler.
Very strong starting lineup. I actually want to get another interview in real quick with our pole sitter, Chris Justice here. I can move him up. I got him. Chris Justice, this is Matt Gagnon up in the Beer League Racing booth. How are we?
I'm good, Matt. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing just peachy. Last week at Martinsville, not a very good run. We saw wreck after wreck, and you come out right out of the gate with a pole position. Tell me, what's outside of your windshield right now?
Well, hopefully clean air and nobody else in front of me. In practice, I definitely discovered the draft makes this car a little bit on the loose side. But if you're in the front, you have a little bit more downforce, a little bit more grip. So hopefully we just keep leading some laps and stay in front of the field.
Well, that's how you do it, and I hope you get her done, Chris. Thank you for joining us up in the booth, and good luck today.
Thank you, guys.
That, of course, being Chris Justice leading our field to green as the pace truck getting ready to head off into pit road. Take it away, JD.
Well, it's Chris Justin and Trevor Haley are going to get us going here. Week 7 here at Dover Motor Speedway. We are green flag through the Hookup Collectibles restart zone, and we are off at Dover Motor Speedway.
Two rows still side by side, barreling turn 1. Trevor Haley up top with Chris Justice commanding the inside. Can he get cleared going down the back straightaway? Probably not. Trevor Haley trying to fight his way on the outside. When will Chris Justice get clear? They're going to navigate the way down off of 4, side by side behind, but Chris Justice is going to hold on to the lead.
Yep, Chris Justice is going to be able to navigate the lane here, as it's going to be a drafting type race, so you better keep the pedal to the metal here and not lift out of it. As at the end of this, you want to be able to say that you pushed as hard as you can here, and it's going to get slippery here with those bumps coming out of the exits here.
Bumps are very crucial here, and the soft springs of these street stocks, not very ideal for these kinds of rough racing surfaces, but you know what? To hell with that. We're racing them anyways, but these drivers still maintaining great control over their cars despite that. But Trevor Haley now has cleared himself from the 18 of Chris Fleming's. He's now going to be attack, going after Chris Justice.
Well, with our new fastest lap set by our P6 guy, John Tiller, who's gained 3 spots at 27.05, let's just take a look here with Chris Justice telemetry and see how fast these guys are going on track.
He's going to get up to about a little less than 140 on corner entry, but Trevor Haley with a big lunge as he's going to send it on the inside. Gets a little bit loose in the mid-corner. Can Chris Justice carry momentum on the top side to get back around him? It looks like it, but Trevor Haley is on a hunt. And, big movement right behind him. Bit of a skirmish right there for third. Looks like it's a Chris squared battle. Flemings and Staines trying to go at it.
As we go on back through a field here, is the Chris effect is up here in the top 5, and they're trying to get things done. And the draft is definitely going to be in play here as we look at our drone cam here. Front pack is kind of checked out from the rest of the pack, as the rest of the pack is about a second off the pace. So it looks like
cars in the wall.
Cars in the wall. We got big wrecking going on. We go to the back here. I think it was in the back.
That was a wreck right there for, I believe, 5th with Christopher Staines. That was the Chris squared wreck right there. That was a Chris squared wreck.
Yeah, you're right. It looks like it was involving Chris Staines. His boot might be out of sorts here. Oh! Oh, let's go take a look at that one a little bit here. It looks like Chris gets loose on the bottom and then drifts back up, tries to keep the throttle in, and just doors the 18 of Chris Fleming. Well, we are under our first caution already this early in the race, and we're going to pull a fan favorite up in here, and I think everybody wants to hear from him. Chris Fleming, it's the boys up at the booth. You got a copy?
Yep.
Well, this is our new segment for the stream, but what the hell happened?
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I don't know. I got door checked and then door checked again and drove into the fence. I'm assuming somebody hit the apron and it just got out from underneath them, but yeah, I just got waffle stomped into the fence. I'm not 100% sure, and then trying to let all the cars by. I couldn't get on pit road for that first one, so I'm gonna try and get a little bit of damage fixed here and not use my fast repair. Hope I can use the rest of it on whenever we get to stage, or if somebody else decides to wreck, and hope for the best. But yeah, it's gonna be a long day of fighting forward now.
Sounds good. Good luck the rest of the way here, bud.
I appreciate it.
Let's go take a peek here and talk to Chris Staines, as I think he was the one that caused this. Chris Staines is the boys up at the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
What the hell happened?
The left front just barely clipped the apron, and when it did, it just shot me straight up the track. I absolutely just lost talent and made a big old boo-boo. You know, that's what happens when you don't get a lot of practice. And I was stuck in my other league all evening, and I got about 3 laps on track before we went out here, and yeah, I just messed up. So I apologize to everybody.
Oh, it's all good, man. Good luck the rest of the way here, though.
Appreciate you.
That was Chris Staines joining us up at the booth, as I think we are about to get going green again. Yeah, pace truck lights are off here. And it looks like Chris Fleming has a black flag. I don't know what from, but he's got a black flag. So this might have implications for the Chris Fleming machine.
Very unfortunate for Mr. Fleming. Maybe has to do with a little bit of damage, or I have no idea. Your guess is as good as mine, but one thing I know for sure is Chris Justice is raring up and ready to go back green again. He's going to lead the field to the Hook'em Collectibles restart zone. Barney with the green flag in hand, and off and away we go. Green flag back in the air here at Dover.
Yeah, it looks like the back of the field struggled to get going. I don't know what happened here per se, but I know Chris Staines is dropping to the back. I know Fleming's going to have to dip down here to get his black flag clear, but we go back up to the front here. Chris Justice with a big old jump, and he's going to get a big run off these guys. Can they catch back up to him?
It's going to be a tall ask right there, but, you know, still early on in this stage. It's It's a little tough to call right now, but Trevor Haley still with the cleaner air in comparison to everybody else. He's going to try and take that draft down the straightaways, carry that speed through the corners, and cut that gap back down, get his way up to Chris Justice.
Well, as Chris Justice is building a big run here, he's going to have to cover off the Trevor Haley machine in some way or another, because he's got Kevin Berg out in that outside lane that's going to try to come back to him. And this could be big points here for Trevor Haley to catch up to the gap of Kevin Berg.
Justice holding the block down the middle of the track, trying to minimize the run that he can give to Trevor Haley, as they are bumper touching just a little bit. And just a touch, I mean. But, you know, these two drivers starting to pull away from the field. Take a look at your battle for third. Right behind the two of them, you got Kevin Berg. He started fifth. He's already trying to work his way up to the bronze spot on the podium. But he's not getting it very easily, as he's got John Tiller on his inside and Brent Garber trying to fight and find a gap between the two of them.
Well, as everybody thought that this was just going to be some drafting style racing, these guys are getting slippery all over the place, and it is not going to be an easy battle for these guys, as they're going to be door checking each other. And Trevor Haley making a run to the inside here. Can he get it done here on Chris Justice?
The door was left open for a second, but Chris Justice slams it shut, packs all that dirty air on the front end of Trevor Haley, gets a little loose and squirrely, but manages to maintain control, but not without losing a little bit more time to Chris Justice. But still side by side and have been holding on for the past few laps. Kevin Berg on the outside of John Tiller, and it looks like Brent Garber maybe getting a little antsy here, ready to throw that in that 58 machine 3 wide, but they all moved down the back straightaway pretty clean.
Well, as we look at the unfortunate events that have unfolded here, is Chris Fleming now is going to go down 3 laps to the field over the black flag. This might be a long rest of the race here if he continues to pursue it, as we have a new leader.
Still side by side right here. Chris Justice commanding the top side, but even with 110% power in these street stocks, is it enough to generate the runs on the top side? What can Chris Justice do but stand there or drive there and watch as Trevor Haley ever so slightly inches his way forward on the inside?
Yeah, Trevor Haley's not going to let it be easy, as someone just blew up. I heard an engine blow up somewhere. I don't know where. Not seeing anything on my... Oh, that's a meatball flag for Chris Stange. Chris Stange is going to be out of this race. I think he's already used a fast repair early, and this might be the end of the 29's night if he can get it back to pit lane here. Wow. What happened to Chris Stange?
What happened to Chris Stange, but I think all that damage to the front end, I don't think he was managing his temperatures at all. He was stuck right behind the Rico No machine for a little while, and I think maybe his car got a little bit too hot to the point where it just, you know, made its own space program and sent piston number 3 off to the moon.
Well, as we say, lights out and away we go here. We got these two getting into it.
The leaders. Chris Justice gets
Big
10.
trouble.
Trevor Haley, huge wreck. Kevin Berg involved. The entire field piles through, and 5 of your leaders involved. Heavy damage for many. Caution is out.
My mouth is dropped to the ground. I'm in shock at what just happened. Holy crap. And that is playoff implications in play. Wow. What did we just see?
I have no words for this instance. I have no words. Seems like Chris Justice was on the high side and Trevor Haley maybe trying to side draft, but that side draft turned it into a suck. And he got sucked into Chris Justice, and then the two of them just went all the way down to the inside wall, creating a track block, and then domino effect, 1, 2, 3, Berg, Tiller, and Conover all three of them into the mix.
I'm in
Putting
utter shock. I don't know.
Huge pile up.
Wow. And you know who made it through all of that? Chris
Who?
Fleming made it through easy peasy, and he's going to get the lucky dog and get a lap back as we have cars that are wrecked, junked.
Luckily for these drivers, they have fast repairs to use at their liberty or their will or their mercy, whatever. I forget how I'm supposed to say it, but words are words, but these broken race cars ain't going nowhere.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to take a caution break here with our Tier 1 caution commercial.
To take your racing to the next level, it takes speed and style. At Tier 1 Setup Shop, we'll help you hit the track with total confidence. We provide race-winning setups for all three eNASCAR series, Cup, Xfinity, and Trucks, plus a huge variety of asphalt oval cars. We've also brought that performance to the dirt. Winged and non-winged sprint cars, micro sprints, dirt midgets, all built by racers who know how to win. And now, get the perfect look, too. We offer professional wraps and graphics with Tier 1 wraps. Multiple feature artists make it easy to find a design to fit your exact needs and budget. Get what you need when you need it with individual setup purchases or get full weekly access with a Tier 1 subscription. Tier 1 Setup Shop. You're more than a customer, you're part of the team.
Well, as we get going back here live, I'm in utter shock of what just happened. That's going to take out Trevor Haley, it looks like. He's going to be some, or at least 3 laps down. Yeah, he's junked. He had to tow. But the lead of your race, someone we have not talked about at all, is Kevin Sterner. Kevin Sterner, make it, his third start in the league? Is in the lead of this race.
Still very new to the Beer League Street Stock Series, but he did the one thing you got to do as a race car driver. Doesn't matter the series, doesn't matter the discipline, doesn't matter the skill level. You have to keep your nose clean, and he got away from the carnage. Even if it's because he was all the way in the back, it does not matter. His nose is still clean. He has a fast repair in the pocket, and we're still ready to get back racing here as Kevin Sterner, will be leading the field to the Hook'em Collectibles restart zone. And away we go. Green flag in the air.
Green flag is in the air. I don't know what's going on here with the guys in the back, but we got some heavy moves already coming from Nestor Osorio as he's looking to make his name for himself here with a chance to possibly get a win here in the Beer League Street Stock Series.
I'm also seeing a return of Chris Stange getting his damage fixed via fast repair, and he's all the way in the back of the pack. So all my Chris Stange fans out there, don't you worry, because you have a lot more action to see from him. But we are 3 wide in the middle of the pack. It is a sandwich. The 58, a lot of action, a lot of rubbing, 20s in the wall, hooks, and still green.
Tiller.
Everybody's pointing forward.
Yep.
A lot of shuffling, a lot of movement. No idea what happened.
Tiller was in the wall. It looked like he went almost backwards, and he's not there now. As back from the dead is Kevin Berg in the 46 with fresh tires with Kevin Sterner in the lead of this race. It looks like these fresh tires are going to come into play here for this first stage as we have, 16 to go here in the first stage.
16 to go in the first stage, but look at the man making a move for the lead right now. It's Mr. Kevin Berg, involved in the last caution's wreck, and now he's up here in the second spot trying to fight his way up on the 67 machine.
Well, Kevin Sterner's holding them off, and he's putting the arrow where the sun don't shine, but he's getting loose, wrecking loose on the bottom as Kevin Berg's going to be able to capitalize on this.
I'm not sure how much aerodynamics play into these cars right here, but I'm not sure if that's just loose or maybe a little bit of air being packed on that left rear of the 67 machine, getting them all loose and squirrely like that. And just like that, door opens up for Kevin Berg to make the move down into turn 1. He's going to send it on in there.
And your new leader is bumping and beating and banging with Kevin Sterner and Kevin Allen. Oh, man. Let's go look at our drone camera here as we take a look as the gap is unfolded with clean air for Kevin Berg. We have the guys with older tires battling each other. So it looks like Kevin Berg's going to run away with the stage win if this stays green, but it's going to be a tight battle here for some stage points here for 5th place.
Oh yeah, everybody second on back, all on top of each other. And this just allows Kevin Berg to start running away with his lead. He's expanded it now to just about 7/10. We'll see what he gets when he cross the stripe now. 7/10 between Kevin Berg and Kevin Sterner. Our Chris squared and even Chris cubed battle at the front has now turned into a Kevin cubed trifecta.
The 3 Kevins up front, but I'll tell you what, Brian Conover and Nestor Osorio, our biggest mover so far of this race with 10 spots gained, currently sitting at 5th place. That's our biggest mover so far of the race.
Truly incredible right there for a lot of these guys making some big moves out on track, but no stop for Kevin Berg right now. He's still putting on good times lap after lap. We're looking at 11 laps to go with the stripe in the stage. And Mr. JD, we get to the stage. We have people here on fresher tires. How do you feel these tires are going to hold up in the long run?
I mean, as we see it so far, the fresher tires are going to prevail. So I would not be shocked if Kevin Berg goes down and slaps on a new set of tires. But with only 2 sets of tires in play here, I could see him staying out on these old tires, which would prevent Chris Fleming from getting his lap back because Chris Stange is only a lap down, so he would get the lucky dog, and Fleming would have to try to get the wave around if everybody goes in pits. But I'm just going to have to guess here, and I'm going to say not everybody's going to pit here.
Yeah, going to be a very interesting strategy call for the entire field here. Who knows what's going to happen, but only time will tell. But the Kevin battle is not really heating up right now, but from 3rd on back, you got Brian Conover, and then a side-by-side battle for... Oh, wait, no. What happened to Kevin Sterner?
Kevin Sterner, he's just dropping back.
Did not realize that. After he got passed by Kevin Allen, he started dropping like a rock in the ocean, not going anywhere but down, down, down.
Yep, the tires are coming into play here. So tires are definitely a factor here on track as we have Kevin and Brian Conover battling each other out on track here. It's a sandwich here. I was going to say, it's a sandwich here from fucking, second to 5th?
All on top of each other.
Well, these old tires are letting the new tires catch back up to them again as they're going to be sorting it out here. For the top 10 are going to get the stage points here. So who's going to get some valuable stage points as we got a door check into the wall of Nestor Osorio from Kevin Sterner.
Luckily, everybody still holding on squarely. Nestor Osorio, but it doesn't look like Kevin Allen, or Kevin Sterner rather, is taking that too kindly. These two are touching tips right now. What is going to happen between these two? Looks like we got a little bit of beef.
There's some beef into play here, and hopefully it doesn't turn into anything that'll cause some calamity here with us being on lap 35, and where it goes. Calamity has happened. Nestor Osorio has gone down, and the car's safe, but that's a cautions out right before the stage end, and we might be with a 1-lap shootout here for the stage points.
Is that not a perfect example of the commentator's curse right there? As you say nothing's happening between these two, and the second you had to say something, it's like Nestor Osorio tried to enter the corner very wide, but you got Kevin Sterner on your inside, just kind of tries to clear himself there, but looks like no real damage here, just a couple bent fenders and maybe even a little bit of bent feelings here.
Well, he saved the car in perfect condition as we'll take you to the Beer League Racing Network commercial break.
Justin, hey, it's Matt. Welcome to the Beer League Racing Network, home of the Street Stock and Truck Series. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. All gas, no fear.
Well, as we're back live here, as we're taking a look at the Nestor Osorio machine, it looks clean. But we are on lap 36, coming to lap 37 here, and it looks like we're going to have a 2-lap shootout here for some stage points.
It's going to be a doozy right there, but Kevin Berg, he's going to command the inside with Brian Conover now being tossed into the mix here for a stage win potentially. This will be something very interesting to watch here. And also note, Chris Justice is now making his way back up to the front. He's in the 4th spot, but we're going to rack him up, stack him up 2 by 2, send him off for the rest of the stage here. 2-lap shootout here. It's going to be wild.
Let's go talk to Kevin Sterner real quick, see what the hell happened. Kevin Sterner, it's the boys up at the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, what's going on?
What the hell happened?
Well, I achieved my goal tonight. I hit the pace car, so that gives me a full sweep. Led the race, got ran over by the 97, and looks like he crowded me on entry in that last one and came across my nose, but I didn't get a chance to look at it there. So we'll re-rack them here and see what happens at post race.
Sounds good, buddy. See you here in a little bit.
Yep.
Kevin Sterner joining us up at the booth, and what the hell happened here is we're back going green here in just a little bit with Kevin Berg and Brian Conover here about to lead the charge here as Kevin Berg stayed on those newer, older tires, and it looks like Brian might have grabbed some fresh puppies as Pace Trucks dipped off, and we're about to get going through the Hookup Collectibles restart zone, and we are back racing with a little 2-lap shootout.
Caution flag to be thrown on the completion of lap number 40. This is going to be a wild one right here. Kevin Berg takes it, and he clears himself right away, getting the advantage off of 2, but side by side behind, it's going to be Kevin Allen and Brian Conover.
As we go back here, it looks like the battle's going to be back here with these guys. Brian Conover side by side with Kevin Allen. We're going to have a double. All the way back is up. Now they've gone single. So we went from single patty to double patty as we're in the last lap of the stage here. Kevin Berg is going to look like he's going to get some valuable points here. Who's going to knuckle it out here to get the rest of these points? Is it going to be Kevin Allen or is it going to be Brian Conover here for the 2 or 3 slot? Side by side. Who's going to make it work? It's Kevin Berg.
It's going to be a tough one right here. Big... You got the caution. Huge battle right there in points for everybody on back behind Kevin Berg, but Berg is going to win the stage once again. I don't know how. Wow, Pace Truck's flying through.
Clip that up because that's going to be one for the.
The Pace Truck's moving faster than anybody else I've ever seen. Oh my god.
Oh my lord, that was something. We're going to get back one more time to our commercial break here with the Tier 1 setup shops.
To take your racing to the next level, it takes speed and style. At Tier 1 Setup Shop, we'll help you hit the track with total confidence. We provide race-winning setups for all 3 eNASCAR series, Cup, Xfinity, and Trucks, plus a huge variety of asphalt oval cars. We've also brought that performance to the dirt. Winged and non-winged sprint cars, micro sprints, dirt midgets, all built by racers who know how to win. And now, get the perfect look, too. We offer professional wraps and graphics with Tier 1 wraps. Multiple feature artists make it easy to find a design to fit your exact needs and budget. Get what you need when you need it with individual setup purchases or get full weekly access with a Tier 1 subscription. Tier 1 Setup Shop. You're more than a customer, you're part of the team.
Well, as we get back from the commercial break here, we have our pit lane reporter, Matt Meller, joining us up at the booth. Matt, what do you think of the race so far that's on the track?
I'll tell you what, buddy. Did you happen to see that mangled melee mess after that first caution? As soon as I thought about being a competitor, Tiller said, hell no. He turned me into a sandwich cookie. He must have found where the Waffle House dumped the bacon grease on the racetrack, Mario Karted into a dirty banana and put the squeeze on me. I don't know how I got out of that, but that totally messed up everything. And but it went back to what I told you up in the booth. Keys to success. I said, you know what? I'm rolling out of this throttle. They're basically mutilating each other, and here we are restarting. Stand by in that 4th place position. I would say we checked the box. Probably won't finish here, but it's been a lot of fun, and it's been very chaotic out here. The 3 wide has not gone well, but it's been very entertaining at the same time. I got to restart here in the outside lane. There you go, Matt. But nonetheless, we're just trying to survive and stay alive. But it's been a wild one thus far, man. That smush job really woke me up.
Metler, briefly, real quick before we go green here, tires are a big factor here, right?
Says who? No, yeah, no, they're a really big factor here. I mean, I completely took all the Dr. Feelgood out of them on that slide for life I did. I lost the back of the car. That's why I came down and pitted early. It wasn't by plan. It's just kind of the cards we got dealt. So we're on about 20 lap older tires compared to everyone else. We're just going to have to see if we can hold on here and maybe catch a caution at the right time.
Matt, appreciate you joining us up at the booth.
Thank you, buddy.
As we're going to get back going green here, Matt, take us the rest of the way through the Hook'em Collectibles restart zone.
Chris Justice back up front into the Hook'em Collectibles restart zone, and green flag back in the air. The whole field barreling down into turn 1.
It was a big checkup here towards the back. I don't know what the hell happened, but it looked like it checked up Kevin Berg from Tim Cleach, and it's going to affect Kevin Berg being back there all the way at 11th on the fresher tires, but he's going to have to work his way through the field as Chris Justice is leading this race.
Chris Justice commanding the charge right here, but take a look back here. We got Andrew Deemer, a new name we have not mentioned yet. He is now in the silver spot trying to make it work, but it looks like he's got a little nose and rear damage to his number 8 machine here. This is not going to be a fun battle, especially for an aero-heavy track like Dover Motor Speedway, but it looks like we're going to have a battle between him and Brent Garber off of 4.
He looks like he's going to play it smart and let him go by, because trying to battle off with some damage is not going to be in his bingo cards for the night, as Kevin Berg has set the fastest lap of the race as 26.89. He said, "Don't count me out, boys. I'm coming for you."
Coming with a vengeance. We're going to see a 3 wide send by Chris Stange. He's going to try and make it work. Deemer all the way up to the track, but he's going to pinch back down on exit here. He's all loose and squirrely. Door banging. Stange. Everybody's squirrely, but he manages to save it right in front of the field. Chris Stange with a drifting Tokyo style, I don't know, slide all the way across the track. Truly incredible save by Chris Stange.
Well, it sounds like the commentator is lost for words of what just happened, as Andrew is going to have a little bit of a gap here between him and Kevin Sterner and John Tiller on the older tires. So these top 5 are running away with it, with all the newer tires in the back here trying to battle it out.
One big angled maze right here. That's what it is, trying to navigate this track on newer tires between the air of the dirty air off the lap traffic and the lap traffic itself. Moving chicanes, that's what it is. It's going to be a difficult time for these guys on the fresher tires to weave their way through the field, get up to the spots they're used to running in. Looking over here at Kevin Berg, he's dropped back to the 7th spot. He's got a whole mess of cars right in front of him. He's going to try to catch back up and try to weave his way through ever so carefully.
Well, Andrew Deemer has been losing some spots since I must have gave him the commentator's curse on those old tires and damage. As we have some new takers in the players. Chris Stange is back into the thick of things. But don't count out that 46 car. He is right on that bumper, these guys. With 31 laps to go this time, it's going to be a battle here towards the end of this race.
If you're not entertained right now, I don't know what will. We have cars side by side and have been that way since the start of this race, but still looking at Deemer. He's struggling hard right now. Very, very tight and loose on exit at the same time, but oh, watch out for Sterner. Slideways going off of 2.
Yeah, I was waiting to see if Stange was going to take it 3 wide there, but it would probably not be in his best interest as he's got his buddy John Tiller in front of him there in the same type of paint schemes with each other for the Badra Sports. They're trying to just hold on here and maintain holding off Kevin Berg here.
Everybody's squirrely going down the back straightaway here, but Deemer's still trying to rip that fence. Not good handling that 8 machine right there. Take a look further back behind him. You got a side-by-side battle between Nestor Osorio and Kevin Allen, or was at least. But Trevor Haley's now back in the mix. He's got 2 laps back on the field, but he's got a clean car. He's ready to race. He's actually been racing, but it's good to see Trevor Haley in a clean car back racing once again.
Well, as we go, and we got 3 wide here. Let's go take a look here. Oh my God, 3 wide with Conover, Sterner, and Deemer, and it's not looking good. And they're beating and banging. Deemer's on the apron, and will he save it? He does. Oh my Lord, we are gonna have some bent feelings, maybe a little bit of bent fenders, but more bent feelings after this race.
Seeing a lot of radio chatter, maybe some apologies, maybe some arguing. I don't know, and that's none of my business, but the beef is real.
Go on back here. We go to the guy that was 3 laps down, and he's only 1 lap now. He's just hoping for a caution to get back up into the mix of things, as Chris Fleming has charged his way back up with the cautions in play here and got himself back within a lap to being back in the race.
Oh, 1 car going around on the front straightaway.
Conover! It's Conover! He has been turned around, and that doesn't bring out the caution?
No caution for Brian Conover. We stay green, and Chris Justice loves to see it. He's got a long run car built for him, but unfortunately for Brian Conover, he's going extremely slow. I don't know how that didn't pull out a caution.
Let's go take a look at what happened here. Looked like Sterner did not lift and said, here's a little bit of payback for the door checks earlier on. And that's going to be Brian Conover back 6 spots, back in 12th place now.
I told you we got a little bit of beef here. This not even a little bit, a lot of beef with a lot of radio chatter. These guys are not happy with each other, are pointing fingers everywhere.
Well, it has some playoff implications in play here, as it does not look good for the Brian Conover machine, as he might be going a lap down sooner rather than later. But man, for being on older tires, for Chris Justice and Brett Garber to run away with this as far as they have so far, it's astounding to see. But we go on back. Do not count out your points leader, Kevin Berg, up into the thick of things, trying to get this draft working with the 2 older tire cars of Chris Stange and John Tiller. They got to push here because they are still almost 2 seconds back from Chris Justice.
Yeah, this pack doesn't seem to be working very well together as the gap grows. Not doing very good, but actually this time around they did gain about half a tenth on these leaders here, but can they make it consistent? Can they keep it together? Can they not race each other? But there it is. Chris Stange looking to make a move on Tiller.
As Tiller was on the older tires, I think Stange and Kevin Berg were on the newer set, so it looks like, you know, the smart play is here, let the newer set go in front of you, as maybe Chris Stange is just going to try to help out his buddy now and not pull Kevin Berg along.
One can only hope that a lap, someone on fresher tire or new older. Your turn.
Well, it looks like they figured that out after 2 laps of dealing with it, but we're going to go on back here and look at the back of the field as Kevin Allen with Trevor Haley is getting pushed along with Nestor Osorio, Chris Fleming still in the thick of things as Deemer and Sterner are beating and banging with older tires. It is not looking well for these guys. I mean, it was a good strategy call, but I think Sterner might turn the shit out of him here.
Sterner is playing a game of smash or pass with the entire field, and let me tell you, it's been smash, smash, smash on everybody in his path. He is on a vengeance tour right now for everybody that's wronged him. He's crossed off the list Brian Conover, who is now far beyond the reach of his rear view mirror. We has the 8, Mr. Deemer, right in front of him, ready to rip him apart.
Well, he did say that he raced an ARCA race before this, and he hit everything but the pace car, so it looks like he's willing to hit everything out on track here at Dover Motor Speedway. As we go back up to your leader of Chris Justice and Brent Garber, a little bit of a closer battle here. Still 2 seconds. They've built the gap between Chris Stange and Kevin Berg. It's up a couple tenths now, as it looks like this is going to be your battle for the win. 2 guys that have not won a race here in the Beer League Racing Network. If it stays green here, we might have a new race winner here on the Beer League Street Stocks.
The only issue here is that these 2 drivers are running very, very consistent times to each other. Last lap for Chris Justice, a 27.23. In the last lap for Mr. Garber was a 27.24. These 2 drivers are in sync with each other. They are driving about the same lap times they were putting up in qualifying. Just a little bit slower, just to tick off the pace of that, but very consistent driving from the 2 of these guys up front.
Yeah, I mean, for what has happened to Chris Justice, very unfortunate last couple races, and it's not worked out for him, but this could be a good point stay and a good ending of your regular season to build for a playoff push here towards the end here. As let's go on back here and look at the battle that's going back, and it looks like Kevin Berg has dropped back into the back of the guys behind him, and now is succumbed to maybe a little bit of drafting effect with the guys behind him.
It's definitely a challenging track here at Dover Motor Speedway to advance position without giving up the preferred line, but it looks like Kevin Berg is struggling to make moves. The driver who's been dominant all season long cannot make it happen here at Dover.
Well, with big playoff point implications in play here for Trevor Haley, is probably going to get knocked down here. But if Kevin Allen could some sort of way come with some big points, he could get closer to Trevor Haley, and Chris Stange pushing to get closer to that 2nd and 3rd spot here.
It's a huge 6-car pack, all stacked up on top of each other, side by side throughout the entire pack. It's a shit show over here.
It basically is. I'm hoping that there is no caution, but you know, there's one person that doesn't need the caution in play. It's on the outside, the number 18 car of Chris Fleming. He does not want to see that caution come out. Well, he does want to see the caution come out, but he also doesn't want to get any contact because he will be the lucky dog. Well, actually, yes, he will be the lucky dog because he is closest on the lead lap. Only 1 lap down here.
He wants it bad, he wants it quick, but the only issue is that we are running out of time. We are coming to 11 laps to go, soon to be 10 to go, 2 times around. It's not looking good for the timing of Chris Fleming.
Certainly is not. As we go back to our back here and go check on Brian Conover, it looks like the car's stable. He's looking also for a caution here to get back up to the back of the field here, as he's still on the lead lap.
Very good for him, but this race for the lead is starting to heat up just a little bit. They are duking it out right now. Chris Justice gets better laps. Then Brent gets better laps. And then they flip-flop. Maybe somebody makes a mistake. Who knows? But now it looks like Garber is ready to pounce on that back bumper of Chris Justice as they are rounding out 8 more laps to go at the line here. This race is about to heat up.
It's about to heat up, and we're going to stay on our leaders until any funny business comes out on track, because these guys are trying to find a way to pull off their first win, as Brent Garber's going to get a look, and he's going to be your new leader of the race as Chris Justice lost it out of the corner, and that might be it, as we're going to take a look at the replay here. Loses it out of 2, and that might be all she wrote here, as Brent Garber is in the lead of this race for his possible first win, the Beer League Street Stock Series. We're coming to 6 laps to go this time.
What a move there by Brent Garber, and an unfortunate timing in the series of events right there for Chris Justice, as he just made a little bit of an error right there, gave up the bottom, and then Brent Garber was able to get a little bit of a switchback going to make it happen down in the 3. So Brent Garber trying to run away with it right now. He's at about 2.5 tenths rather, and only expanding right here.
Well, that expansion is growing, so the tires are helping him out, which is shocking, because you would think the dirty air would have caused more problems. But you know what's funny though? Don't count out the back of this field here. They are closing in slowly on those guys that were making the pass on each other, just ever so slightly. But it looks like this might be a single file finish here, as Brent Garber, with 4 laps to go, coming to the line, is looking at his possible first win here at the Beer League Street Stock Series.
It'll be a very tough one to pull off here. Last time around for Garber was a .36. Chris Justice at a .53. Chris Justice must have burnt off his tires trying to get to that lead right there, and also navigating the lap traffic and the slower paced cars going around him. So it's going to be a rough ending to the day for Chris Justice, as he's now down over a second.
Yeah, Chris Justice is losing it, and is this going to cause a caution? It's going to cause a big one! It's going to cause the big one! Chris Justice brings out the caution! With only 2 laps to go for Brent Garber at the line. And this is going to have a ripple effect, as, oh my lord, Brent Garber thought that he was in the win of this race, and Chris Justice just ate it. Let's go take a look at the replay, as this does not look good, Matt. Does not look good at all.
No, it doesn't. That was not good for Mr. Chris Justice, who is now entirely out of his race right here. Trying to see exactly what happened. I think maybe that rear just kicked out on him, and it just put him straight into the wall.
Well, that killed Kevin Allen. Kevin Allen is done. Chris Fleming has jumped to the pits. So something happened to Chris Fleming to where he's not going to get his lap back. So the only person I think in play here to get their lap back under that caution is Trevor Haley. And this had big time effects. As let's go look at the far chase camera, the rear chase from Chris Justice one more time with this wreck.
Bam! Right up into the middle of the field there. Horrible, horrible, horrible. But it looks like everybody out here is ready to get back racing here. Still waiting for the 1 to go signal from Barney. We do have 3 green-white checkers here to use in the Beer League Street Stock Series. So this will make up for a very interesting finish here. If we need to use another one, we have another one. This will be one of the finishes of all time.
So let's go pull Chris Justice up here and talk to us real quick. Actually, let's go talk to somebody else because he's already talked to us. Brett Garber, the boys up at the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, buddy.
Well, you were looking to see that white flag come out in a few laps' time, but Chris Justice lost it, and it was mass casualties on the backstretch there. What do you think you're going to have to do here to hold off? Well, I'm just going to shoot you straight here. Kevin Burke doesn't have a front bumper, it looks like. So really hold off Chris Stange and John Tiller behind you.
Yeah, man, this 58 machine, we're going to need some luck here. About 20 lap older tires. And, man, I was really expecting to see that white flag, and we'll see how it goes. Hope you guys are having a good time.
We're enjoying the content on the track, and good luck the rest of the way here, man.
Yep, thank you, guys.
That's Brett Garber hanging out with us at the booth as the pace truck lights are off. Matt, I don't know about you, but I'm on the edge of my seat ready for a good finish here. Coming down to the end of this, I'm going to let you take the call here as we're going to start with our first GWC.
This here is the first green-white checkered attempt. 2 more in the bank if we need it, but let's try to finish this thing under green. 2-lap shootout here at Dover Motor Speedway. Very exciting as the pace car dips onto pit lane, and Brent Garber is going to take him to the Hook'em Collectible restart zone, and off and away we go. Green-white checker number 1.
Brent Garber got a big jump here. Can he get clear of Chris Stange? He does, but Chris Stange is right there on his door, and he cannot come up. He's going to have to ride that bottom, and Chris Stange is going to have momentum here. Is Tiller going to work with Stange, or who's he going to work with? Tiller is pushing the crap out of Brett Garber, as we might see the white flag this time. Chris Stange and Brett Garber duking it out here, as Nestor Astorio's looking to the inside. Oh, man.
Huge side-by-side action here for the race win. 4 drivers in contention right here, but it looks like Brent Garber's going to lose it. 2 drivers wrecking down the back straightaway. Everybody sideways. John Tiller getting into it. Who's going to get into it? Brian Conover.
Brian Conover sneaks away with his first win. The Beer League Straight Stock Series. Oh, my God.
No words. No words.
Oh my Lord! I did not see that on the bingo cards. Brian Conover, Tim Cleesh with the first time P3, and Chris Stange. Also, wow. I don't know about you, but I'm so shocked that I just spilled my beer. Oh my Lord. You're a race winner on something I've never seen before. Brian Conover has won this race off of a crazy finish. Burn him down,
Just
Brian.
to mention that Brian Conover restarted 7th. He restarted 7th. He was in 5th going down the back straightaway on the final lap, and he pulled it together to make it happen.
Well, let's bring our boys up in the booth to have a chit chat. Here's hopefully everybody here wants to have a little bit of a talking to after this. Well, it looks like Brian Conover isn't even in the thing, so someone needs to let Brian Conover. He needs to talk.
He's an admin.
I gotcha. Tim, or where's Chris Stange? Let's go talk to Chris Stange first. Chris Stange is the boys up at the booth. You got a copy? Chris Stange, you're muted. Alrighty, well,
Okay, I'm here. Sorry, Discord is acting funny for a minute. But I got you.
well, it is your buddy JD Ray up in the booth. Man, what a wild finish there. What the hell happened?
Um, I mean, Brent said sorry. He just sent it in there. He had older tires, and he kind of wiped me out. And by some sheer dumb luck, or maybe I had like this tiny bit of talent in reserve and come home third, but should have won the race.
Yeah, I mean, you two were battling it out there. I thought for sure you were going to get it on the high side, but it just looked like. I mean, jaw dropped. I mean, we were literally up at the booth, jaw dropped, had nothing to say for it.
I don't know how I kept the damn front end going going forward at the end there, but all I got to say is I'm a pretty straight up dude. If I make a mistake, I mean, I am the first to say, I
You did
effed
earlier.
up.
You did earlier.
And I don't want to get a win that way, and I did. I mean, I stepped on it early in the race, absolutely. But I drove myself to the front. Pretty sure I had a win going on there, and I feel like I got dumped. But I still came home third. Brent, I mean, he apologized. I get it. We're racing hard, man. No hard feelings. To Mr. Garber there in the 58. But we'll take our third, and honestly, I gotta call out old fucking Tim in the 28. Let's go on the podium.
Yeah, first one, man.
And Brian, well, he won, and I'm happy for him. But yeah, it's just Brian. So, no, I'm just playing. Anyway, fellas, I've had a week. I'm running on like no sleep. I'm kind of delirious. I don't even know how we got this thing around. I mean, no practice. I've never drove this car here, and we just tried to figure it out. And we put the old on the dash, and well, I guess they were not quite as big as other fellas. So yeah, we'll take our P3. Hey, I got to point out, I beat Kevin Berg. You see that? I beat Kevin Berg. 4 of us beat Kevin Berg. So just take note of that, because my boy was slipping tonight. Other than that, I'll wrap it up. Thanks to Badra, Cards and Collectibles on eBay. Go check him out. Thanks to you, JD, this league, all these drivers. I really do have much love for everybody. Even though we might get a little argy-bargy, but I'll end it there. Thanks for having me be part of this league, and we will see you guys next week.
Chris Sage, appreciate you for joining us up at the booth, and good luck the rest of the way here. One more race left on your regular season.
Absolutely. Thank you, man.
That was Chris Stain joining us up in the booth as we were trying to get Tim Cleach to come up here and talk to us. I don't know where Tim's at, but it looks like we might be just going down to our race winner right away here as Brian Conover. What the hell happened there?
Well, at first I thought my race was over when I got spun by Kevin. It was an accident. Didn't mean to happen, but I was hoping for a yellow, and that yellow did come out, and I was able to find my way up the top 6, I believe. And they just all wrecked out in the last lap, and I just went up high and went around them.
As we're gonna go take a look here at the white flag here, as it got pretty nasty out here on track. I don't know how the hell you got through it, but some way you did. We're watching your camera view here as you fought a way through as they tangled. Garber and Stange got through it, or got into it, and you were so close to getting tagged by Tiller. And someone that I did not put in the bingo cards after the calamity that happened in the beginning, but you got away with it there. Man, what a great finish there. What do you think about the tires in this race? It looked like, people said the tires weren't going to be a factor in this race, but it looked like tires were a factor.
Tires were definitely a factor tonight. Even when I was alone, when I got spun out, I was losing it on my own almost, coming off the corner. So it definitely meant something to get tires tonight, and I think that's what happened to the 52. He didn't grab tires, and he just spun out earlier in the race.
Right.
Hit the wall.
Well, it looks like Matt Metler is joining us up in the booth here. Matt, you got any questions here for our race winner, Brian Conover?
Brian, that race was probably more than anyone could have anticipated before the drop of the initial green flag, but only one can win. You were the first man across the start-finish line. My main question for you is, when you seen the green-white wreckers, 3 attempts come out, did you think, okay, now's my opportunity to capitalize? What was the mindset going into overtime for you?
Well, mindset really was I knew my tires weren't that great because I got spun out and my tires are still warm from that. So I was just hoping they would just have a good finish. I was going to just watch them finish, and they tangled up, and I just held on my steering wheel and hit the gas. That's all I did.
That, from my perspective, I couldn't believe what I saw happen there. I mean, it was just like, the hand of God said, you all die. Boom, outside wall, there goes the entire field. And then there's this lane that appears. And, sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. But anyways, brother, hell of a drive from you. A win's a win, especially against good competition. Who do you want to thank who helps you get it done before we cut you loose?
Well, I just want to say thank you to JD Ray and Beer League Network and putting up a great show tonight. All the fans out there watching, everyone on Instagram that's watching, and all those shorts and stuff, and come back here next week and have a good time.
Well, Brian, appreciate you joining us up in the booth. Oh, I was going to say thank you for having the call-outs there with the Instagram shorts, because apparently that does something for people around here. But appreciate you and congrats on your first win, the Beer League Street Stock Series.
Thank you, man.
Wow, Matt, I don't know about you, but I was jaw dropped. Had nothing else to say after the end of that, because that was an eventful race there.
Brother, I did not anticipate what I witnessed on the racetrack. I mean, I was happy. I somehow had found a way to save some tire there. When I talked to you on that restart, I knew I was going to drop back, and I did. But then I apparently did something right. We were running them back down, and then I don't know what happened. Someone was inside of me. I was trying to work with the 67 there and almost got put into the wall face first and got lucky and saved it. Him and I had gotten separated because of it, but then I got back up to him again. And then that massive melee happens. I jumped on the binders too hard, and I spun out, and I clipped the fence, so I was forced to pit to fix the damage before going into overtime. Well, don't you know it, I didn't check the tires. So I went back out onto the racetrack there with, 4 tires that should have never been on that car. And then that restart happened. I mean, I was comfortable. P9, okay, that's a good day. First, race in this league out in the racetrack. Didn't really piss anyone off. And then, my friend, the nuclear bomb goes off. I mean, the Applejack's car, I don't know what happened with him, but he took off, went down to the inside wall, made his maker, came back across the track so hard. I mean, he sent someone instantly to kill a shot to the heavens. I haven't seen a hit that hard here at some point in some time. And then I'm like, what is happening right now? To fast forward, and I come home 4th. What?
Yeah.
If I'm in 4th place, some big time shenanigans went down on the racetrack. But that was a lot of fun. Appreciate the opportunity to be out there and race with you guys. A lot of great talent out there. And, these guys are very competitive, and it makes for an exciting broadcast. And just happy to get the experience and come out of here with a top 5. I can't believe it.
Well, as we go through here, as we got the race results up here, I don't know if you can see it on the video, but
Yes, sir.
The Hard Charger Award goes to Matt Metler, gaining 12 spots in this race. Man, what a performance from our pit lane reporter, as we had 83 laps green with 5 cautions in play. Chris Justice was our pole. Also led the most laps with 49 laps, and Kevin Bird with the fastest time of a 26.890. The Iceberg TV, man, is been a hell of a week here with what's been going on track, and I don't know about you, but I was jaw dropped at what happened there, because it was definitely something I was not expecting this race, because everybody thought it was going to be boring and tires weren't going to come into play, and here we are sitting in victory lane with someone that was in P7 to start the green-white checkered. So, Matt, appreciate you being with us out in the pits and on track with us, and we look forward to our final race of the regular season starting next week before we start playoffs at the Milwaukee Mile. Appreciate you.
Special announcement. I will be back in the broadcast booth next week with you to close the season out, buddy.
Wow. Breaking news on the network here, live in action. Matt Metler will be here with us live on the Beer League Racing Network. It looks like it's going to be another fun time, another fun week here as we go to week 8 of the Beer League Street Stock Series live here on the Beer League Racing Network. I'm Justin. This is it's also Matt up at the booth with us, and Matt Gagnon, who had to leave early, but he was with us in the booth with the call all raised. Signing off to you guys, and wanted to wish you guys a good rest of your week, and we'll see you guys next week, Saturday, live, starting at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the Beer League Racing Network. Goodbye.
This is the Beer League Racing Network! From the green flag to the checkered flag, it's Beer League Street Stock Series! This is the Beer League Racing Network! From the green flag to the checkered flag,